Hello, my name is Jamie Chen and my 15.112 project is chess with a player vs player mode and a player vs AI mode. So one of the basic rules of chess is that we're able to move pieces. As you can see, the pawns, their first moves can be moving 2 squares, and we can see that the knight can move in an L shape. Another basic chess gameplay is that chess is turn-based, so once white makes a move, we see that it will be black's turn to make a move. Another basic gameplay is taking pieces. We can see that the white side can take the black pawn, and then we can see that the black side can take the white pawn. Our final basic gameplay is check and checkmate. Check occurs when the king is under attack from the opposing side's pieces, and checkmate occurs when the king is in check. However, there are no more moves that it can make or any pieces that can block the check from occurring. For demonstration purposes, we will see the black side checking the white king. We can see that if the black king moves to h4, the king can only move to f2, but it will still be in check, and therefore checkmate will still occur. Now I'll be demonstrating the white side checking the black king. We can see that once the black king is in check, all the other pieces are not able to move because the king will still be in check. We can see that when the king tries to eat the queen, this also doesn't work because the bishop is attacking the king, and therefore the only way to get away from the check is for the king to move to d7. So now I'll be talking about special techniques. The first one is castling. We can see that the white king is able to castle to the king side and the queen side. And we can also see this from the black side as well. We can see that the black side is also able to castle from the king side and the queen side, and we can see that the white, after the king has moved, we can see that it can no longer castle. Our second technique is stalemate. Stalemate occurs when the king is not in check. However, the king and all of its pieces are not able to move. You see that when the queen goes to e6, the king and all the pieces will have no legal moves that it can make, and therefore stalemate occurs. For demonstration purposes, I'll also show black forcing stalemate. We can see that if the pawn were to move to e3, all the white pieces will have no possible moves that it can make because the king would be in check, and therefore, since there are no more moves, stalemate would occur. The final special technique that I've incorporated into my turn project is pawn promotion. We can see that when the pawns reach the opposing end, they can be promoted to either queen, knight, bishop, or rook. Moving on to my player vs AI, I use Minimax with alpha beta pruning, and my heuristic was calculated through the number of materials on each side, as well as a mobility evaluation that was calculated through piece square tables of each piece. Minimax essentially uses recursion to look through all the moves and find the best move that it can make, and the difficulty levels are separated into 1 depth, 2 depth, as well as 4 depth respectively. In the player vs AI mode, I've also incorporated Minimax for the player. When we press H, the Minimax algorithm is used and a suggested move is generated, and the player can choose whether or not to make that move. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my turn project.